to today's Qigong. Welcome, Renata. We're basically going to do 10 symbols of longevity. We're going to have a warm up first, make sure we're nice and loose. So we're going to just start with shimmer and shaking. It's very nippy here today. I've got plenty of clothes on. Hope you have too. Shimmer and shaking. Arms are an obvious. Trying to ricochet up to those elbows, up to the shoulders, and even try and get some of the muscles on the back of the shoulders going up to the neck to start joining in. I'm going to pick up a leg and give that a little shimmer and shake as well. And remember, you point the toes and lift the toes up. Creates very different muscle wobbling. Shimmer and shaking. Shimmer and shake the back of the body. So it's the back of the thighs, the buttocks, and the back. Try and cough out anything that's residuing in the lung area. I'm even going to shimmer and shake my temples just very slightly. We shouldn't shake our heads much. You can just shimmer and shake your temples a little bit. Brilliant. Let's bring some chi in. So we're just going to stand in standing posture. How that is feeling good for you. Just check out the beautifully expansive. And you've got some kind of connection to the floor, preferably through the front of the feet. And we're expanding our arms up to the heavens, big circle, and just bring some energy through. Oh. Couple of these. Chance to breathe, calming yourself, rushing to get here. Bringing some energy in. We'll do that one more time. As we expand and gather energy from our chi field, bring that through the body and just open all the little chakras, energy gates up in the body. Ready to work. Lovely. We're going to take that into a similar movement. We're going to do some yin massage, especially as we're getting into the cold. It's very good to remember to warm up your body very physically. You can do this whenever you want. So we're gathering up, connecting to the heavens. Chi comes down onto crown gate. We're physically touching our bodies. We're wrapping around the back of the neck. Coming to the front, we're kitty catting that throat. Encouraging swallowing, get that digestive system going. Backs of hands connecting right through to heart center, down the midline. Big hands expansive round the midline of your body, round the waist. Girdle vessel. We warm up the kidneys. And we're going to flow all the way down the backs of the legs, right down to the ankles, round the toes, and up the inner thigh, to the groin, round the belly, intercrossing the arms. We're coming all the way up to the shoulders, and we just have a moment of squeezing, tightening. And as you breathe out, you might find that your muscles, especially in those shoulders, actually can relax a little bit more. Still working the hands right to the ends of the fingers, and we just expand out both sides. Breathing in. Let's do that again. Here we go. Yin massage. Up to the heavens. Crown gate. The back of the head. The back of the neck. Kitty cat that throat. Bring that energy down. Midline, backs of hands. Wrapping round that center girdle. Rubbing the kidneys. Off we go down, the buttocks and the thighs and the backs of the legs and the feet. The inner legs all the way up to the groin, round the tummy and up the arms to the shoulders. Beautiful little embrace. Release them down. Hands and fingers and expanding. Check out both sides of the room. Last time. Up we go. You can come up on your toes if that feels good. Up in yourself a little bit more. Smoothing the back of the head, round to the front, kitty catting. Back to the hands down that midline. Wrapping round the big wrestler's belt. Kidneys. And flowing like water down the backs of the legs, connecting with the bladder meridian all the way to the feet. We're wrapping round. We're coming up the inner thigh to the groin, to the quad, interconnecting up the arms. A little bit of a squeeze. Breathe out. It's the last time. Almost like you can just feel the chi in your hands as you expand both directions. Standing and breathing. Relaxing the arms. We're going to do a little bit of sand shifting to begin with. So 1 foot, just a step, 45 degrees. And we're looking at the direction with our toe. We're taking our weight on one bent knee and then back onto the back leg. A little bit of a practice of letting go muscle tension in the arms. I'm not trying to lean over, keeping the body upright, the movements in the knee. Really feeling the feet connecting through to the earth. Feet are beautifully flat. Thinking a little bit of a bend of the knee on the back, just to take you a little bit back further. Sifting sound. Do one more of these. Let's go to the other side. So we pop our feet back in standing. The other foot comes out. We have a different view of the room. Breathing in. Breathing out. Enjoying the simplicity of movement. Back to standing. Let's do the side movement from silk reeling. Hands on hip. Take 1 foot and turn it to 90 degrees. Go looking that way. We take the weight on that foot. We go back to the front. The other foot spins on the heel. And we're leaning on that bent knee the other way. There's more sand shifting. We've allowed our ankles to join in. A little bit of a turn. And you can just see whether your waist will join in a little bit. Turn completely to say hello to that side you're leaning towards. From the lovely silk reeling, the final movement. Shifting weight, checking out those knees. One more each side. Lovely. Facing forwards. I'm just going to hula hoop the waist, warming us up on a round movement. And then your bottom sticking out the back again, change direction. And then we're going to just do a little bit of knocking on the gate of life. So we're turning at the waist, allowing these arms to swing, trying to separate the waist from the hips. Turning, twisting that back, allowing the energy up the backbone. Keep flexible. A little bit of undulating with the knees to help you twist. If that feels a bit tight on the knees, you can just swing a foot out if that feels appropriate on a heel. Lifting the heel up, turning and twisting and knocking those arms on that waist area and the small of the back, connecting up with more energy gates. And as it's a cool day here today, we're going to take that even higher onto the shoulders, very soft wrists. The hand isn't so much hitting the body, but just ricocheting off, bouncing off. Feel like you've got a bit of a lung situation. Popping the hands on the chest, above the breast tissue, lung 1 and lung 2. And then when you're ready, we're going to contract those, going backwards, smaller and smaller. Calming down, but not stopping abruptly. Allowing the momentum to carry on a little bit. Just standing still. Lovely. We're going to start our 10 symbols of longevity. And number 1 is the sun. So just in standing posture. Big circle. You imagine the sun is in front of you. And then turn the top hand to feel the heat of the sun. And the one at the bottom is facing down. So we've just got that opposite yin-yang feeling. When you're ready, we're just turning, big circle, if you're drawing a sun. And again, we're just pushing different directions. The sun. Breathing in, breathing out. Whatever feels appropriate for you. Sinking down. To just connect to the up and down energy, the yang and the yin. Just for that moment, you can just sink a little bit further down yourself. Breathing in the warmth of the sun. Visualize what that feels like. Beautiful yellow, shiny glow. Oh, one more of these. Expansion. Yin yang. Pausing. Separating 2 mountains. For this, we gather our feet together and that one goes out, stepping forward. Sink down the knee, but turn to the side. And as we do, we separate physically two opposite mountains. When you're at your full expansion, bring that energy in. One hand layered upon the other. We're going to bring that foot back. When we're ready, off we go with the other, and expanding. We're literally separating two mountains. And as you bring your hands back the next time, you can bring them back a different layer formation, right on left or left on right, if that feels good. You can just sink down to give you more strength to expand the impossible. Breathing in as you go. Feel the power within your hands. Sometimes things feel impossible. You need to start thinking, maybe it's not. Maybe it is possible. Separating two mountains. Last time, bring that in. Try one more. Pushing them apart, wherever feels equal amounts for you. Bringing that back. Softening down. Just pausing. Lovely. Number 3, water. We're going to just bring some water up in front of us. And then we're going to turn to one side and bring that water down. It's just gushing down. Quite low, you can bend your knees. Bring that up, it's just one hand brings it up. As if it's just pouring it over your head. And then off we go to the other side. So both hands raise the water and then flow with it like a fountain all the way down to the side, gathering just with one arm from that side and pouring it over. We can get a little bit of a back bend going if we like. We're connecting to the water element, a lot of energy from the water element, the bladder and kidney connected to the back. Flowing, breathing with your flowing, gently bending with your flowing. Bringing those arms up in unison, flowing down and scooping. Let's do a few more of these. Pouring over. One more each side. Water flowing. And just pausing, breathing. Okay, number 4, we're going to do the rock. I quite like having slightly wider stance for this. We're going to pick up a rock and it's going to be heavy. So bending the knees to support the back, sinking down. So if you're sitting down behind you and you're taking a little rock, quite big. And off we go to the left. Taking it all the way up into the skies and then taking it across as if you're showing it off to the other people, the other side. Bring that rock back. Let it travel down again. And at this point, we're taking it across, but we're trying to elongate our back. Here we go. We'll show it off to the other side this time at the top. Back we go, all the way down. And you've got that lovely movement, almost seated down. Try to expand and elongate the back, holding this amazing weighty rock. And a bit at the top, it's like you're showing it off to the other side. And a bit of a square drawing going on here. How that feels. A very good workout for the back and the legs and the arms. You can feel the weight of the rock. If the rock's starting to get very heavy, just check out your shoulders. Are they relaxed? Let's do this just 2 more times. Taking your rock, showing it off to the other side above your head, coming down, sweeping across. Last presentation, bring that rock back to the front. Let go of the rock, standing and pausing and breathing, releasing any tension that you were holding in those arms with that heavy rock. Breathing in and breathing out. Move on to number 5. We're going to pushing the clouds or push the clouds. In standing posture, and this is all about the sitting down behind you. The sitting down, not bending forward. You can do that. You're literally drawing up some ki or regulating the ki to the lung height, chest height. And then as you sit down, we're pushing it out, pushing the clouds forward. Finding your stance again, softening down. Drawing up the ki, push the clouds, breath out from the lungs, look down. And this one's a very obvious one for regulating the breathing to go with the form. Breathe in as we raise the chi and breathe out as you push those clouds away from the lungs. Good reminder, breathing in is good. And breathing out is just or often sometimes more important. Breathing in, breathing out. Really sitting down. A couple more of these, pushing the clouds. Pausing, shimmer and shaking, and just breathing. Ten symbols of longevity. Number 6, we've got the pine tree. This is opposite arm to opposite leg. It's great for your balance. We're going to bring up the energy, drawing it up, almost like the knee is part of a puppet. You're holding the string. And as you come down, you land, and that same arm just moves without the leg. And then we're off to the other arm, drawing up its opposite leg, knee lovely and high, sinking down. And then it's just that arm that flows. So this is the pine tree. If you can imagine the height and strength, flexibility. Beautiful big pine tree. Thinking of trunks of the body, trunks of the pine. And that secondary flow of the arm. It's just like a little bit of extra wind in the branches. Sways in the wind. Very smooth. Trying not to wobble too much. Check out a pinpoint on the wall in front of you to enjoy this. If you can't lift your leg off because you're just too wobbly, you could just keep a toe on the ground and just visualize you're doing it. The pine tree. Feel the wind fluttering the tops of the branches. One more of these. Calming, pausing, and breathing. Lovely. I'm going to move on to number 7. This is the turtle. I'm going to go right down to the floor. Keep your head up on this one. So here we go. Arms are going to flow up as if you're drawing energy up or drawing that water up again. And this time the water is going to come all the way in front of us. A big shower. And we're going to take this water all the way down, down to our ankles. And our hands are going to become flippers. And they're going to just tuck behind the ankles. At this point, you lift your head up so you form the shape of a little turtle. Then release those arms. We come up. We find our other 2 turtle arms. A little bit of a back bend again. Longevity, the movement of the spine. And then we're up again, drawing the energy up from the depths of the earth, that water, the most yin. We're flowing down. Beautiful waterfall. crouching, finding your back like a beautiful shell, protective shell of a turtle. Lift your head up like a little turtle looking out. Coming up, opening the chest. Other turtle hands to the sides, exercising the back, and we're drawing that energy up. Flowing down. Turtle swimming in the water. Bending the knees as much as you can. If you're crouching, little hands come behind. And we're lifting up. Feel my flippers sticking out either side of the ankle. Coming up. Opening the front. Breathing in and drawing up that energy. Just let it flow. A beautiful flow. Lovely water. And all the way down. Tucking in. Creating your shell. Lifting your head up. Opening up. Expanding the front, working the back without crushing the vertebrae, especially the lumbers. And here we go. 2 more times, flowing water and all the way down. Bending the knees as much as we can, tucking the hands and lifting up. Opening up, hands to the back bend. Rising up. Last time, flow of the water. Let's go and find our turtle self. Lifting out of your shell. Expanding the belly. Coming up. Last bit of water, just coming down to the lower dantian. Pausing. And breathing. Okay, off we go. Let's make some mushrooms. Standing posture. We're going to turn at the waist all the way to one side, and as we do, we use one arm to make a beautiful gesture, circle, and the other arm comes out in front and makes another one, as if we are sowing seed. We then turn all the way back to the front again. With both arms, we come up and we create the dome shape of a wonderful mushroom. Fungi. We turn again to that side just to show the seeds or the spawn they can grow into. Longevity. Bring that mushroom back and soften down. Here we go. And go to the other side. I'm going to take a step forward or I might hit the wall. Turning to the other side, and as we do, make a big flowing gesture. 1, 2, come back to the front, grow your lovely mushroom, big round cup mushroom, back to where you were sowing your seed, back to the front, side to side, 1 arm, 2 arms, to the front, expand and hold, be that mushroom. side. Learning at that waistline, that girdle vessel. The only horizontal meridians in the body. And off we go to the other side. 1 and 2. Big puffball, grow, hold it, and turn. Back to the front. And soften. Mushroom. Get to show off your mushroom inside that you sowed. Seeds, spawn, the mushroom. Turning and twisting. Let's do one more each side. Flowing gesture. To the front and expand and hold. Take your mushroom back to that side, back to the front. Keep down. Last side, here we go. Flowing, flowing, growing, expanding and holding. Recognition to the side where it began. Bring your mushroom to the front. Soften down. Pause and breathe. Move into the crane, often associated with the heart, the fire element, the ability to fly high, and the quietness, that peace and stillness the heart likes. So feet not too wide together. We're a very tall, beautiful brain. You'll flap your wings just to check they're working. And as we go up, all the way up, actually touch our hands, the tops of our wings together. And then as we come down, soften, pop our heels together like a crane. Soften. So flying up, all the way, touching the wings, coming down. The wingspan, the crane. Softening down, allowing the knees to open. You've got your feet in bird pose where the heels are together and the toes are out 45 degrees. But we're keeping a tallness, we're not bending forward. That connection right through bow weave, 100 meeting points on the top of the head. Crown gate to the heavens, flowing like a bird, the crane, very big, those lovely arms flowing. Feel the muscles working. being used on those arms and the chest too. Support the arm muscles lifting up and lifting down, flowing soft on the wind. Don't forget to breathe. One more of these. Dropping feet into normal pose, standing posture, just standing and breathing. Might want to flap your wings back into arms and hands. Our last one, number 10, is running deer or deer. Feels like it's running though, running through the forest. We're just going to raise a bit of chi up the front. And this is about the sides of the body, so we're really turning to one side. Our hands, which of course are now antlers, are running down the side of the body area, sweeping in front, and they're going to come all the way up the other side. As far as you can, check out the ceiling if you've got that bending power, and then we're going to go down again. But this is a constant flow, the flow of liver and gallbladder. Lovely spirit running through the body. The ability to make decisions and choose directions. The ability to dream. Daydream, night dreams, future dreams, future fantasies. Running through the forest, the deer runs. Just make your sweep as big or as small feels appropriate for you and how your body's feeling at the moment. A couple more of these. Here running, really opening up the sides of the body. And the hip, the pelvis, the quad area. We run through. Keeping the feet really stable. One more of these, let's flow. When you're ready, just bring that energy down. Beautiful standing. Pausing and breathing again. If your hands are facing each other, we're just going to play with a little bit of chi just to end. If you've got it, if it's completely gone, you can always just rub your hands together and then expand. Just see what it's feeling like today. All the energy made or woken up within our bodies, contracting and expanding, holding the chi in the hands. If you can't feel anything, don't worry. Imagine you're expanding and contracting, clear, rubbery, clear, moving forward. Nuggets of gold eating. Take this, expand it even bigger. I'm going to shut down the energy into 3 big circles, just how we began. Expanding, collecting, with a feeling that you're bringing some energy in that we've just been expanding around the body, placing it safely back within us. And there's the downward movement in the body, collecting and encouraging the movement to go down the kidneys, lower dantian, lower belly, storage area. Repacking your battery. Lovely chi. One more. As we gather, bring that energy round. Visualize you're closing the little gateways that you'd opened. Closing them all up. Hands on hara, on top of each other, popping the feet together, just have a moment of bamboo in the wind, a little bit of rocking, circling, whatever comes appropriate to you. Bamboo in the wind. Rub the belly. Come to the end of our session today. I'm going to finish with 3 claps. Flow through the hands. Smooth down the chi. And you're ready. And 1, 2, 3. Smooth down that chi. Reconnect, re-earth all the body.